Induction to the University of North Alabama Athletic Hall of Fame. We're here on the Gillette University Center getting set for the introduction at about 9 o'clock local time. I'm Benjamin Ray alongside Mike Ezekiel, but we're going to kick it off with our pre-induction Hall of Fame show. We're going to talk to current Hall of Famers that are about to be inducted, Lion legends coming up all morning as we get you primed and ready for the 9 o'clock induction ceremony. We're opening up with a national champion. Carl Wilmer is here up in Florence, Alabama. Came up yesterday, got to tour the football facility. Carl, it's great to have you. You got presented your medallion this morning, so I know it's been a very sweet morning for you.
Well, you know, I was grateful when my time came. I wasn't big-headed or anything, so I decided to come home for homecoming, and I was like, they always have the induction. So I went and donated a little present to the basketball coach, and he's like, Meg's like, you want to come to the celebration tomorrow? It's like, what? She said, well, we always have the inductee. And I said, oh, yeah, I would love to come. So then I didn't bring my medallion. So Jeff's like, I always keep one extra. So you got one. So Jeff took care of it. Thank y'all for having me. And I'm glad to be back in the area. I'm amazed at what this facility, university, used to be and where it's at now. It's totally different. I would love to come back to college.
Right?
And start playing again. So, but just glad to be here. The Florence community has always welcomed me, and friends and family in the area. So it's always glad to be back home. So.
Well, Carl, I got to tell you, that medallion looks great on you. I'm glad you got that. And I believe your induction year was 2018, and now you're back watching a new class go in. And just talk about how special this Hall of Fame induction is and what it was like for you when you went into the Hall of Fame.
Well, I cried a lot because probably going to cry again. But I was always a homo kid coming up. Always worked hard, very hard, worked on a farm. And when this happened, it's just like icing on the cake. So, yeah.
1991 National Championship was the year. Now, it was announced just 2-3 weeks ago, right, that the court is going to be named after your head coach, Gary Elliott Court. You hear that, and what comes to mind?
Well, first of all, this gentleman, Coach Elliott, I went to a triad facility, and he was there. And, of course, he said, young man, I got one scholarship left. Of course, you know they all say that. So, and I said, well, Coach, I really like to come, to the school. But I said, you have to talk to my grandmother first. So he said, well, give me the number. So we called my grandmother, and she answered the phone, and she talked to him. And I called her back, and I said, Granny, what do you think? She said, you need to go to school where this man wants you to come at. He said he's going to take care of you. He's going to make sure you get your grades, go to class, make sure that you graduate. So it's a blessing that we met at the same time. We've always kept chemistry with each other. We've always communicated and always talked. And it's a pleasure to see that this facility is going to be named after him. He deserves it with every dignity, every honor, and he's definitely a person that will appreciate this, and his family will appreciate it till due time, and they always rename it to another person, etc. But right now, we're just going to enjoy the moment. I'm not going to be able to make the event. I have to work, so I tried to get off. Somebody already had vacation. They wouldn't let me off. So, but I'm going to, thank Coach today, and just want to thank him publicly for what he's done for me, what he's done for this university, and showing the family values to me that carried me forward. So,
Carl, one thing I want to talk about, I heard Tony Pujols says this a lot, the pillar of success that they have right now, they stand on the shoulders a lot of people like you, people like Gary Elliott, and your teammates, and the people that have come over the years, and to hear the current players and coaches say things like that they look back, and you can go in the locker room right now and see your photo and see Coach Elliott and all your teammates, and to know that you guys are still welcomed and still a part of the program, even though you've been removed for a few years. What does that mean to you?
Well, the thing about it is I've always tried to give back. And even when I was here, I tried to give back to the community by volunteer coaching at a Baptist school here. Didn't get paid any money. Worked at TBA, ended up coaching, and came very close to winning a championship, but we lost. And still till today, we have a couple of gentlemen that's at LSU, Alexandria, Unsinger, and the head basketball coach.
Demario Jackson.
Demario Jackson. So they went here. So I reached out to them, knowing that they were there, and I cooked jambalaya for the whole girls and boys basketball team there. And also, when North Alabama came to Northwestern in Natchitoches, I called Coach Pujols and reached out to him, and I made a big old pot of jambalaya for him there. So I've always tried to give back because the people here have always been good to me. They've always reached out, so I'm trying to reach back, to give these younger kids some ideas to where you are now, where you could be, as long as you stay on track. Now, if you steer a little bit, you're going to get some help, but until a certain point, you can't cross the line and choose the wrong side over the right side. So.
Now, we like telling stories. We like hearing stories more than anything. And I know you got some former teammates down here you've already spoken to this morning. You'll see some others. Coach Elliott will be here in just a bit. What's the story that you always go to when you're around everybody? What's your go-to?
Well, the thing about it is Coach Elliott and Coach Gamble recruited.
Coach Gamble's here, by the way.
They recruited all-star players. They were all-stars on your team. So when you take 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 people together and you combine them and it's only one basketball, who's going to shoot it? So it was one touch, one shot, one touch, one shot. So in practice one day, it was very ugly. The ball kicked and words said, and get on the line, we're going to run until you pass the ball and learn the right shot. People's in rebounding position, when to shoot the ball. And once they instilled that in us, it was it after that, man. It's just, and we lost the one game right before the break to Livingston because I dribbled the ball off my foot, and then we got in the dressing room and said, look, we're not losing no more games. This is it, because it wasn't a good feeling at all. Very bad feeling. So we decided to make that commitment, and we didn't lose any more games. So we ended up being national championships in 91. So.
And you got the ring.
Yeah, well, this is a high school ring that I volunteer coached 16 years in Marksville, Louisiana. And this is the national championship ring now.
It's beautiful.
But it's something that I cherish, and I appreciate the University of North Alabama, the Shoals community, for welcoming me in and still welcoming me now. So it's just great to be home.
Right.
Yeah, let's go back to 1991. Just that moment where you're not going to lose another game. You go on a great run to the national championship, and let's just end it right there. Where you got to the final moments of winning the national championship. When did it really set in for you that, hey, I'm a national champion?
Well, the game was over, and we all jumping in joy that we won. But it's like, did we really win? Because we were picked number 1 in preseason all along, and then we went to Mississippi College and we lost. But it had 7 of the voters on the team polls that were there, and they seen that we got kind of the calls didn't go our way, and some of them should have been made. But we never dropped out the number 1 ranking, and we continued being number 1. And from seeing that point on, and then we got to Springfield, and then they brought us to the Hall of Fame, and then we went to the Shriners and Elk Club. We went to the hospital to see the kids at St. Jude. So the Elk Club that hosted us said, listen, the last people that we host, they won the national championship. So he said, here's the key. Just eat all the pasta you can eat, because tomorrow, within the next 2 days, you're going to need it. And the energy that you're going to get from the pasta is going to pull you through in the trenches. And we ate like some freaking, I ain't gonna say animals, but we ate till we couldn't eat anymore. And once we realized that, we got past Cal State Bakersfield, and it was awesome from a standpoint. The All-American that was at the University, Lambert Shell, we held him to all-time low. Fred Stafford did, and we all did the rest of the part. But the thing about the team that I like is that if you were hot, you got the ball. That is hard to coach. So that means I might not have my 25 or 30 points. I might have 10, but Fred or Allen got 20, and we got a W. You can't coach that anymore. That comes from the heart. The kids need to understand it's all about winning. Now, you're going to lose some, but you have to understand the losses come with the W's too. So,
Carl Wilmer, let's wrap it up with this on this Hall of Fame Saturday morning on homecoming. You're very well connected to the history of the program, from those that came before you to the ones you played with, to just talking about feeding DeMario Jackson and his team down in Louisiana. You're so connected to each era of UNA basketball. Well, Casey Holt's getting inducted today.
I seen that. I'm so happy.
Casey
this is a kid that he never stopped lighting it up. You was like, what in the world?
Yep.
Who is he? Where he come from? You know, he was just a solid, good kid, all about the school, all about team, and all about winning. So.
And how proud does that make you, not just for Casey, but for the men's basketball program here at UNA, that legacy just continues to roll on?
Well, the thing about it, we have Coach Pujols now, and I've spent a good bit of time with him, and I just like the direction he's headed. He's got a plan. He sticks with it. He sees if it needs to be changed, he'll change it, you know. And with the kids switching from schools now, with the NIL and the portal, that's very difficult. That's very difficult to do. Very difficult. But he has maintained his mindset of what he's going to do and the directions he's going to head, the kids he's going to go after. So I'm looking forward to, the future. And then, from my understanding, he was saying something about as soon as the facility get done with football, they're going to, focus on the gym. So I'm looking forward to that. So.
We can't wait. It's been a great start to this Saturday morning catching up with Carl Wilmer. Now, I understand next year you're bringing the jambalaya our way, so we can't wait for that.
Well, listen, we're going to spread the word. We're going to try to do a Cajun event at the golf tournament.
Let's do it.
Okay.
So I'm wanting probably, I don't know what the attendance was this year, but I'm wanting double.
Let's do it.
So that way you can come eat some good Cajun food, come have fun, come golf, and I'll be there, and I'll try to get some of the other guys that I played with to be there. Now, I used to play golf, but I ended up stopping it, but now my brother took it up, so I told him I might start playing again with him.
Well,
So.
I retired from golfing because I'm not very good, but I will come back and play for the jambalaya.
Yeah, no doubt. I agree.
Yes.
Carl,
yes.
thank you very much,
Glad
sir.
to have you. Thank you. So
Thank you.
kindly, gentlemen. God bless
Absolutely.
you, and God bless the shows, and God bless the University of North Alabama.
That's right. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll be back with some more Hall of Famers here on this Hall of Fame Saturday. That's Carl Wilmer. Well, 5-year letterman here at the University of North Alabama joins us next for men's basketball, being inducted today. He was a key part of North Alabama's 2008 Elite Eight run. Casey Holt is in the house. Casey, how you doing this morning, sir?
Man, I'm doing all right. A little nervous, but I'm all right.
Hey, you got an hour to work out the nerves
Yeah, that's
before
right.
your speech. Your wife's here, your 3 kids, man. Just how's it feel to be back on campus on your big day?
Oh, man, it was awesome. Like, we came down yesterday and just walking around, looking at the campus, like, you forget how this campus is beautiful. And you forget when you don't see it all the time like it used to. But, yeah, it's a great feeling.
Yeah, and yesterday got to come in and see some of the facilities, see Coach Pujol, and be part of the program for a day a little bit, and just to see how much has developed since your time. How special is that?
Man, it's so cool to see not the university but the program of basketball itself, how much they've taken off. And just the moves you guys have made just in the gymnasium itself and the suites. And then he showed us the new locker room, the players' lounge, and my buddy Phil Collins, who was also on the team at the time when I was there, we were looking at each other as like, we would have never left this place. Like, this place is awesome, right? So, yeah, it was really cool to see that.
All right, so we vote in the spring. So last spring we vote. I guess it's around May. You get the call that you're getting inducted from Jeff Hodges.
Yeah.
What was the reaction when your phone rings? You pick it up, you answer. Just take us through that feeling.
So I didn't pick up the phone call. So we were actually on vacation, and it rolled over to my work voicemail for some reason. So I got back to work that Monday, and I heard, hey, this is Jeff Hodges. Please give me a call. And, man, I knew. I was like, oh, man, this is the call.
This is the call.
Yeah, this is it. So I called him, and obviously I was stoked. Yeah, so good feeling, man. It's a really good feeling.
Well, and definitely a well-deserved honor. I mean, all that you've accomplished, 1,000-point scorer, and you played 5 years in an era where people didn't really play 5 years, and now you see that a lot more. But you played a lot of basketball here at UNA, won a lot of basketball games. When you look back at your career, what's the most special part of just being at UNA and playing those 5 years?
I had a lot of great teammates and guys over the years, but the last team that we were on, obviously the one that made the run to the Elite Eight, which is why I think we're here, honestly. That not the team, not the stuff we did on the court, but just the bond we made off the court. All the teammates. We even talked about this last night. A lot of us were together, and it's like there was no one on the team. Like if you heard, Casey's over here. Casey's and Dusko are out doing something. There's no one on the team that no one ever was like, why is he with him? Everybody was together. Like everybody, when we went out, everybody goes out. Everybody does this. Everybody knows what everybody's doing. So it was just a straight brotherhood, and that just was awesome.
That was my first year at UNA, and I remember thinking, man, UNA basketball, this is incredible. It started a great run for me personally working UNA athletics with basketball. But I look back at that 08 Elite Eight run, and I remember how packed Flowers Hall, now CBNS Bank Arena, was.
Yeah.
We got a taste of that again last spring with basketball making the run, sold-out arenas. What do you remember most about that run and those crowds and playing at home?
Yeah. I think it was I guess it was the final home season game against West Georgia. We were packed out. And then maybe the week before, Valdosta, and always UAH came to town. Coming out of with 15 minutes left on the clock, you come out to do your regular warm-ups, coming out and just seeing the crowd. And then obviously able against West Georgia, cutting the nets down. Man, that was so special. And I hope that's a memory I'll keep forever because that was so awesome.
Yeah, and to come back and visit now, you don't live too far away, right? I think you're in Tennessee,
A couple
right?
hours, yep.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so talk about just kind of what you're doing now and where you're living and what it means to be back.
Okay, yeah, so we're in Spring Hill, Tennessee, which I grew up just south of there in Culleoka, so I'm not far from home. But I work for Farm Bureau. I'm an agent selling insurance now, and great job. Got a great family. My wife's a nurse and 3 kids in school. So, being able to bring the kids here, show them around. Even my middle son said before we even done with the tour yesterday, he said, "I want to go to UNA."
Let's go.
Heck yeah, dude! I would love that.
All right, so Phil Collins did the tour with you. Who else have you seen since you come back? Who all came back for this?
Yeah, so Kenny Johnson, who also was All-American, and I think the year after me, he got Player of the Year.
That's right.
Thomas Morris, Doug Hunter, Brent Koglazer, who wasn't on the last team but was on the first couple teams. Him and I were roommates the first couple years. Big Fraze, Thomas Fraze, who lives here actually. Who else did we have? Coach Cordwright, he was able to make it. So yeah, we had a good group. We all got together last night and had a good time.
What's your go-to war story when the gang gets back together?
Most of them are revolved around Phil Collins. um, on the court war story, though, were the practices. Man, we had, and I'll kind of mention this in my speech, we were so good because the first 7 or 8 practice against every day, we got beat. Like the next 7 or 8, they beat us a lot. Like they were just as good or as better than most of the teams we played. So we battled. And we talked trash to each other, and then in the locker room after we'd talk trash, and then we'd all walk out laughing. So it was, man, like it was a brotherhood. It was awesome.
Yeah. Now, when that group gets together, obviously a lot of basketball stories are shared. But now, are the conversations a little different now that you all have families and kids and things like that to talk about?
You would think so, but no, they're not. No, not at all. Nothing has changed. we realized that last night. I was like, we're sitting there talking, and everybody starts talking trash to each other and making fun of each other, and it was like, you know, in a way, this is awesome. You know, everybody's showing up with their families. That's so cool to see. Everybody's got kids, and I think Thomas Morris' son's been offered a scholarship here already.
Oh, wow.
And he's only going to be a junior, so man, it's so cool to see. It makes you feel a little old, but it's very cool to see.
So you say, how crazy is that? You got a legacy coming up already.
That's
you,
right.
you got 2 boys coming up, so
That's
hopefully
right.
we'll see them here one day. Hey, you got to get ready to give a speech. We want to get you some breakfast as well. Go enjoy
All right.
this time with your family and soak it all in. We're so happy for you.
I appreciate it. Thank you guys a lot.
That's
Thanks for voting for me.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
That's Casey
It's a
Holt,
no-brainer.
a
Yeah,
Lion legend.
yeah.
We'll take another timeout. We'll be back with some more Hall of Famers here on the UNA Athletics Hall of Fame Induction Saturday. expand our space just a little bit. We've got a Hall of Fame inductee, a 3-time national champion, Cody Gross in the house, quarterback for North Alabama's championship run. And we've got offensive coordinator Willie Slater. He's going in today. He was inducted several years ago, just now able to come back for the induction ceremony. Coach Slater, how thrilled are you to be back here today on this Hall of Fame Saturday, your Hall of Fame Saturday?
Man, just driving up had a lot of memories. I started trying to remember all of the players, and surprisingly, I was just rattling them off one at a time. But I'm excited about it. This is might be the best job I ever had, coaching at the University of North Alabama. I call it the perfect storm, and being able to coach the Purple Swarm. So I get excited about that.
Well, we're excited for you, Coach, and a long time coming, obviously. And you coached a lot of football games even after your time at UNA. But let's go back to those 3 national championship teams. You got your quarterback right here beside you, 8 All-Americans that you coached over those years, and a lot of special guys in that room. But now it's all kind of, you get to relive some of that, talk to some of those guys today. What does it mean to you to kind of look back at what you guys accomplished, especially those 3 years?
Well, they are really special guys because they had to put up with me.
That's true.
I was not. I've never been easy to play for, and because my wife, poor thing, we've been married for 50 years this year. So,
wow! Congratulations.
She's been putting up with me all these years, but man, I guess the thing I was thinking about, boy, I got to coach some great men. I mean, the group that was here are all great men, and they are all successful right now. They got families, got great jobs. They're in leadership. They're exactly what you want. We said we want them to be a better person when they left here than what they were when they came here. We wanted them, be a success in the world, and I got living proof sitting right here beside me.
Hey, Cody Gross, let's jump over to you. Your offensive coordinator, what was it like playing for this man?
It was tough. It was tough. You very demanding, and just a unbelievable teacher. Really and truly an unbelievable teacher. The way he prepared you, the way he taught. But you knew where you stood with him. There was no like, well, I wonder what he's thinking. Now we did say the guy every once in a while because he's meant a few words, but you knew what was expected of you, and you were going to do it. One of the worst things was going in and watching the film after the game. That was awful. You'd be feeling pretty good, and you'd leave there thinking, man, I'm pretty bad football player. And but he knew how to push the right buttons, and think above all of it. There's never been a better offensive coordinator. There's never been a better running back, quarterback coach. Teaching, blocking, just unbelievable the way he taught. But above all of that stuff, they're unbelievable man and a man of God, and was what I needed and so many others needed when they got here. I was raised right, but thankfully I was able to be coached by a guy that stood for the right stuff, and I got to see that.
Yeah, and it probably influenced you in your coaching career as well. And I'm going to call you Coach Gross because I always call you Coach. I mean, you were my coach back in the day. So
that's right.
Got to ask you this. This was strategic bringing you up here because you probably have some stories on this guy. And obviously, you told a lot of great things just on the surface. But if there's one story you could kind of share with us, what would that be?
Best basketball player I've ever been on the court with.
Oh, yeah.
And I played with Theo Ratliff, played in NBA. But, I mean, he's in his 40s coaching us, and he's playing pickup ball with the basketball team in the off season, and then having to play against him racquetball, basketball. It doesn't matter. Golf. But I'm not a golfer, but anything you play with it, he can play it all. And unbelievable mid-range jumper, and couldn't defend him. I took him. Best things, I was playing in a men's open tournament right out of college. We needed an extra guy. A guy had to leave and go to work, and I called him, and he drove to Rogersville. and we were playing time Athens State still had basketball, and it was their team in the off season. Coach Slater dropped 40-something on those guys. He did. And the game's over, and I knew one of their players, and I'd played against him in high school, and he came by and said, "Who's that guy?" I said, he's 45 years old, man. And he scored 45 that day. But, just an unbelievable competitor, but a tremendous athlete.
And did I hear that pickleball is still on the table as well?
Yeah, I like pickleball. I really do. I guess I've fallen in love with it. But, it's because I can't run no more, so – you can just shuffle over and play pickleball. So.
All right, let's talk about the championship run. And I've heard Coach Gross's explanation of the championship touchdown plunge where Brian Satterfield kind of hits him from behind. I think your words were, "Hit me, is make sure I get in that end zone." What's your recollection of that final touchdown drive to win that first national championship?
What's my recollection?
Yes, sir.
The game was actually tied. And I remember the first play we ran the loaded option to the right. They were expecting us to throw it, but he ran, about 30 yards? Mm-hmm. And then the next play was had called a hitch route to Demetri Shelton to his side. And the guy lined up about 6 yards inside, and he was about 7 yards off. And then they just changed the play, and he just ran a fade, and then Cody threw it. Hit him on the money. He runs down to the 1 yard line, and we had one timeout. We had one timeout left, so we didn't use that timeout. We told them the clock played it, so they went down on the 1 yard line and clock played it. And then we said we were gonna run the quarterback sneak, and I gave him the little timeout. I said give him the little timeout, which means if he doesn't get it, just get up and call timeout. But, of course, he got it. And then I broke my neck coming out of the press box. And then I had all my papers and stuff, and they were strode it all over. It was something else. That was a great day. Great day in Florence, Alabama right there.
Mm-hmm. That's right. And I'm sure it was a blur when it was happening, and everybody remembers the iconic 93 drive. But is there any other specific plays or specific moments from your coaching career that you remember that maybe it was in the regular season and may not get remembered like 93?
Man, we had this play. We had this play where we would act like we was – because he ran the ball all the time. So we act like we were running the loaded option, and he's left-handed. So we ran it – I called it to the right. So the coaching point was to don't even – it was a pass play, so we wanted the receiver to act like he's blocking, and then a few counts, and then just take off. But I told him the ball, I made sure I called it for when the ball was on the left hash. You don't even pull up like you're going to throw the ball until you get past the other hash. So he does this, and he's running full speed to his right. He's left-handed. And Demetri Shelton was the one running the route. He stalked like he was going, and then he took off, and then he just pops, and he throws that thing. Shelton didn't even have to slow up. He didn't have to speed up. It was on the money, and I'm going, wow. I never seen anything like that. I said, this guy. And the thing that made him so good was he was a passer. What I call a passer is a guy who completes passes. He completed passes better than anybody I've ever coached in my life, and I've coached some good ones.
Guarantee you could still do it.
Yeah,
I don't know about that.
But that play right there, that was just off the chart. It's off the chart.
Yeah, Cody Gross, for you, we'll wrap up one for each of you, but Bobby Wallace is in the Hall of Fame. Bill Hyde's in the Hall of Fame. Willie Slater's in the Hall of Fame. So many people from that championship run in the Hall of Fame, but seeing the three main coaches from that staff be in the Hall of Fame, looking back, just sum that up for us.
Well, it was the Lord put all that together. Think back to I was a 145-pound quarterback at Lauderdale County and thought I was going to go play JUCO baseball. And then Ronnie Ritter comes in, installs a triple option the year before. UNA decides they hire Bill Hyde, and everything takes off. Coach Wallace was such a great leader, and then these two guys coordinating it it was just could not have asked for anything better. I don't know how I was so blessed to be a part of that. And then you put all those players together, how that group of talent was assembled together is amazing, and something will never happen again. What a great player he was. So, yeah, what it means there, Mike, is I'm old. You know, we got.
Not even.
You want to talk.
You know, but yeah, you got a coach here going in, and you know, I was thinking coming in, man, it's been 19 years since I went in. Like how old? I mean, 19 years. It's been a long time. And then now you get to see those guys that you coached that hopefully will be going in. It's very, very rewarding.
And Coach Slater, will wrap it up with this for you as well. I mean, just like I asked Coach Gross, from Bobby Wallace, Bill Hyde, to all the players you coached, just how special was that era?
Like I said, it was the perfect storm. It was the perfect storm. Everything when I got here, we had a bunch of juniors and sophomores, and that's what those 3 championships was from those juniors and those sophomores. And they were here the whole time, which is a tribute to them because they stayed in school, they stayed out of trouble. You know, they did what they were supposed to do, and we got ready to play every week, which is hard to do.
He did a great job of making you think that the team you were playing was the Dallas Cowboys. He really did. He did
I guess that was the biggest challenge, is making sure that they were ready to play every week. And of course, after leaving here and going to other places, that is very difficult to do because they look at the news. They look at social media. Social media makes it even tougher now because when they get in their mind that, man, we can beat this team, you know, we don't have to do this and we don't have to do that. That's when you're gonna get beat. I see pros doing it all the time. I saw one do it Thursday night.
Well, Coach Slater, Coach Gross, appreciate both of you hopping up here with us. Enjoy your induction today, and Coach Gross, great to see you as always.
Thank you.
We'll take another timeout. We'll be back with some more Hall of Famers. We're back with another inductee today, Tavares Wilson, a two-time All-American at North Alabama. We call you UNA linebacker U, from James Davis, Ronald McKinnon, Mike Johnson to Tavares Wilson joining us in the house. Tavares, how you doing this morning?
I'm doing great, man. What about yourself?
Man, we're phenomenal. Even better now that you're up here with us, man. Getting inducted into the University of North Alabama Athletic Hall of Fame. Just how does it feel?
Man, it's surreal. Just telling Mike, it's been a long time coming. It's hard to believe that it's been 12 years. Man, I kind of struggling for words right now because I'm still somewhat in disbelief, but I'm thankful more than anything.
Well, I'll start with this. I mean, I was a freshman your junior year. I remember watching you and that linebacker core that you had beside you. I just remember Breon James, and then later you had Gabe, and it was a remarkable defense. But you were a big part of that, and it was funny listening to you to talk to Chris Willis, your defensive coordinator at the time, about your recruiting visit. He said you said all of 2 words, but he didn't know if you were coming, and you ended up coming to UNA. Talk about that and what brought you here.
Honestly, it was the city. I'm a big outdoors guy. I got sold on the Tennessee River. They put me in the Marriott. I saw the golf course. I saw the Tennessee River. I was like, hey, okay, I love to fish. This is the place that I need to be.
You think of eras of UNA football, right? And you think the 93-95 championships, you kind of think mid-2000s, the run under Coach Hudd. And then you think of your era, and you started it, right, with Coach Wallace coming back. And what was it like being on those early teams of the second run under Coach Wallace?
Well, with the 2012, it was a struggle initially, playing middle linebacker. We had a lot of talent. We just couldn't quite get it together. But Coach Wallace, he went out. He recruited a lot of freshmen that came in and really committed to the process, committed to the program, and helped us make that 2013 season one that was memorable. It all based on the recruiting and everything that Coach Wallace and the staff did, bringing in that freshman class. That was amazing.
Yeah, that quarterfinal run in 2013, your senior year, and kind of laid the foundation for the next few years. Quite a run for those football teams towards the end of the Division II era. Going back through your career, is there any particular game or particular moment that kind of sticks out to you when you look back on your career?
Man, it's tough. It's so many, but the one that I have to refer back to every time somebody asks is that West Alabama game. You know, we had a packed house. It was packed on both sides. I don't think it was an empty seat in the whole stadium. 2 interceptions in the second half. They ended up getting over 400 yards, but, you know, we've always been a bend-don't-break defense. So we had them right where we wanted them. 2 interceptions again in the second half. Wingo finishing it off for us. It was a great game.
Speaking of Wingo, Jacob Tucker, a lot of the greats that you play with, you're kind of the first of that era to go in. And do you feel like you've opened up the door for everybody else now?
I really do. I tell anybody, honestly, the toughest opponents that I've ever faced were always at practice, at UNA's practice. Whether it's, like you said, it was a Luke Wingo, whether it was a Chris Coffey, was a Lamonte, Taylor Sizemore. That's probably the hardest hit that I've ever received was from Taylor Sizemore. But, the toughest opponents I've ever faced were in practice.
Yeah, it was special watching you guys go at it every day. I mean, even that scout team offense, that ended up being the 2016 National Championship offense. Those guys were really young. But post-career, he went on and played with the Rams a little bit and got a little taste of the NFL. And now in your professional career, you're absolutely crushing it. You're doing a lot of great things. Kind of tell everybody that's watching what you're doing now professionally.
Well, I'm with a company, a multi-million-dollar company out of Mississippi, Flowood, Mississippi to be exact, by the name of Tower Loan. My current position is Associate Director / Vice President of Operation. We do a lot of personal loans. We service a vast customer base that wouldn't necessarily be able to go to a bank or seek other avenues to be able to get funding for their lifestyles. So, my current position, Associate Director / Vice President of Operation, got branches within 3 states, Mississippi, Louisiana, and I'm in charge of opening up Tallahassee, Florida. So I'm in 3 states now.
That's great. Now your era kind of launched a great run, and then that also helped propel UNA to Division One. And you had a chance to go over and check out the stadium, the on-campus Diggs Bank Independent Stadium yet?
Not yet, but I for sure will see it before I leave.
And when you kind of see some of those changes, I mean, just how does that make you feel as a proud alum?
Hey, just UNA going Division One period was again surreal because we knew it was one of those things that was coming. Just being a part of the program, being a part of, like you said, laying the foundation of bringing in recruits, bringing in funding, bringing in all the things to be able to make UNA continue to move forward and progress, whether it's in football or academics. Man, it's amazing just to be a part of it.
Yeah, and one other part of that, Coach Bobby Wallace, the guy you played for, is going to have the field named after him, Bobby Wallace Field at Bank Independence Stadium. And how does that make you feel knowing that was your coach and what he's done to earn that?
Again, man, Coach Bobby Wallace, that is a legend. He's one of one. It's well deserved, and I'll leave it there.
We love stories. A lot of great stories from your era, I'm sure. And you had some all-time great storytellers as coaches, in Chris Willis and Cody Gross, so the all-time great storytellers. Give us your go-to story when you look back at your time at UNA. Game, practice, moment, something that can be shared in the public. But when you get around your guys, what's your go-to war story?
I got to refer back to, again, that West Alabama game, man. It was unlike anything. Like I said, it was not an empty seat in the house. The biggest crowd I've probably ever played in front of. On the opposite side, I had a teammate of mine from Hines Community College. I had Malcolm Butler. I had John Gustavus, who played offensive line. So it was amazing, man. Just basically the whole preparation of hearing stories about, them putting Gabe's picture on the floor mat so they can walk on it every single day to say they're going to beat North Alabama. So to beat those guys, man, after all the trash talk, after all the everything, man, it was, like I said, one-on-one experience.
And everybody knows what Malcolm Butler did in the Super Bowl with the interception, and for him to be in that game, but he wasn't the Defensive Player of the Year that year. It was you. I mean, and you get to claim that forever.
Yep. Just to, man, like I said, I'm still in the moment, somewhat still lost for words, man. It's been a long time coming. 12 years have flown by so fast, and more than anything, I'm just grateful.
One of the all-time greats when you think of the linebackers that played here at UNA, Tavares Wilson, definitely on that list. Tavares, enjoy your Hall of Fame Saturday. Good luck with your speech, homecoming parade. Honored at the game today. Well-deserved. Thank you for joining us, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
That's Tavares Wilson. That's going to do it for our pre-show festivities. We're going to get this Hall of Fame induction ceremony started in roughly 10 minutes or so at 9 o'clock, so we don't have enough time to get another guest up here. But we appreciate you tuning in, and we can't wait for the 6 inductees to be inducted here in about 10 minutes. So, Mike, thank you for doing this with me. Thank you to everybody that got to stop by, and thank you to Brandy G, Braden over there behind the scenes making all of this possible so we can bring you this Hall of Fame live stream. We'll take a break. Jeff Hodges will get festivities started up on the stage here in about 10 minutes or so, right at 9 o'clock. Congratulations to all the Hall of Fame inductees, and don't go anywhere. We'll be back with the ceremony next. I'm Benjamin Ray saying Roar Lions.
Roar Lions.
Good morning. If I could have everybody's attention, if you wouldn't mind, go ahead and take your seat, and we'll get ready to start. I'd like to ask all 6 of our 2025 Hall of Fame inductees to please come to the front of the stage, on stage, so we can get a group photo. So just come on up on stage, and Megan will get your plaque. We'll get a group photo, and then we'll get everything started. Come on up. Good morning, everyone. We appreciate you being here. Today we're here to induct our 2025 class of the University of North Alabama Athletic Hall of Fame. And to get us going this morning, we're delighted to have with us President Ken Kitts to welcome everyone.
Good morning, everyone. It's my pleasure to extend an official welcome to this, our University of North Alabama 2025 induction ceremony for the Athletic Hall of Fame. Today, of course, culminates a celebration that began last May when this class of 6 inductees was announced. And now here we are on a very beautiful fall day on this historic, wonderful campus, getting ready to make all this official. And we still have a parade, a lunch, and a ball game yet to go. To our 6 inductees, Tim, Tavares, Willie, Lindsay, Casey, and Brett, congratulations. I've enjoyed getting to know more about each of you through this process, and my family and I look forward to celebrating this special day with you. We also want you to know that your alma mater is doing very well. In line athletics, Dr. Josh Looney and his team are coming off the most successful year of the Division I era, and of course we're all excited about what Bank Independence Stadium will mean for our campus and community. But even as we look forward to that exciting future, we understand that the foundations for the success we're experiencing were laid over many years and with a lot of blood, sweat, and tears from the coaches and student athletes of years past. Your own individual accomplishments loom very large in that equation. So thank you for what you did here during your playing and coaching careers. Thank you for your loyalty to your alma mater, and thank you for the lives you lead now. You brought luster to the UNA name then, and you continue to do so today. And that deserves a hearty Roar Lions. Thank you all for being here.
We're also excited to have our athletic director, Dr. Josh Looney, here with us. Josh has been here for 5 years now, and please welcome Dr. Looney.
Good morning. Before we get going, I think it's worth we recognize Jeff Hodges. Step on out here real quick, Jeff. Jeff retired from UNA a few years ago, but leaned into his passion in being our historian, which means he plans, executes, run the Hall of Fame committee, and this event is his passion. He is fantastic at it, and Jeff, thank you for everything you've done to plan this and celebrate our great legends and then get everybody back. Let's give him a round of applause. It's fantastic. There's no one that knows more history than Jeff, and I'm sure he's got a superlative for each of our honorees up here today. With the Hall of Fame, Mike Ezekiel and our staff have made some enhancements to the Hall of Fame, and so all of our past inductees and our current inductees, you'll have your plaques that line the hallways in Flowers Hall. But this past year, we added some enhancements. So we renovated the lobby at CBNS Bank Arena at Flowers Hall. And as you go in and you see the national championship trophies in our Hall of Honor area, there is a touchscreen television. And on that television, you can look up any Hall of Famer, see their picture, talk about their bio. If you're an All-American, you can find your name, type your name in there, and it'll tell you about you. If you're on a championship team, it has all of those. So it's a really neat way to further enhance that piece. And then as we open Bank Independence Stadium next year, and we look at the Stadium Club and all of the things there, we will have our Hall of Famers displayed there as well. So 3 different areas to continue to grow and celebrate our history, because it is special here. And if you've been at other institutions, Hall of Fame days don't look like they do here. You don't have people that are coming back to celebrate the new inductees. You don't have a capacity crowd. Usually it's athletic staff and families that are going. Here it's special as you have all of those coming back. So thank you for coming back, and congratulations to each of our honorees. As we get with the program, I did want to celebrate what's happening in athletics. If you have not taken a look at what's going on Pine Street, do yourself a favor as this ends before the parade, take a right. And take a look at the stadium that's going up and the baseball facility that is near completion. The places to view Bank Independence Stadium, if you go back on the back of the church, there's a great view of aerial view of the construction that's going on. But it'll look like you're turning into a construction site, but don't fear. Today is a good day to do it. If you turn in the gates and you're going back toward the Self Field House, it'll take you back through the construction, and you'll get a great view of what's going on. It is worth spending 5-10 minutes there. Bank Independence Stadium will open next September, and this Hall of Fame event, we'll be having it in the stadium and welcome all of you there to that. So with that, let's get on with the show and celebrate those who've built our foundation. We're excited to celebrate you today. Enjoy your day. Thank you, and Roar Lions.
Thank you, Dr. Lenny. The UNA Athletic Hall of Fame was created in 1990, and today we'll be inducting our 36th class of former Lions. The Hall of Fame was created to honor individuals who have distinguished themselves either as a player or coach for the Lions or in support of the UNA athletic program, and who have contributed to the success and high standing of the university. Candidates for the Hall of Fame are nominated and then placed on a ballot that goes to a 19-member Athletic Hall of Fame selection committee. And I would like to recognize the members of our selection committee that are here with us today. And if you would, just stand and remain standing. Ashley Balch, Megan Dye, they're over here in the corner. Gary Elliott, Mike Ezekiel, Jerry Feltz, Steve Harrison, Shane Herman, Sherry Kinnemer, Johnny Long, Don McBrayer, Benjamin Ray, and Todd Vardaman. If we could have a hand for our Athletic Hall of Fame Selection Committee. We also appreciate some of our current coaches, Coach Brent Dearman, our football coach, and Austin Phillips, our men's golf coach. Were here with us earlier, and then we always excited to have back Coach Chris Willis, who spent more than 20 years in the UNA athletic program. So we have our 2 previous head football coaches and our current coach with us today, so that's exciting. 6 inductees were selected for induction in 2025 with a plaque placed in their honor on permanent display in Flowers Hall. The group we're honoring today will bring a total number to 173 all-time inductees. And if you want some perspective, we've had more than 6,000 student athletes at UNA since our program began in 1932, so 90-something years of very rich athletic history. So less than 3% of our inductees or our student athletes will make the Hall of Fame. In addition, 31 are deceased, so there are only 142 living members of our Hall of Fame. And so we appreciate each and every one of you that came back today to be a part of this ceremony and make it even more special. We started a tradition years ago to invite back our current Hall of Famers to come back for breakfast. And I'd like to introduce the ones that are here with us today. And again, if you would just stand and remain standing. And then if I've missed anyone slipping in, please let me know. But Chad Bonner, Riley Brewer, Gary Elliott, Billy Gamble, Cody Gross, Benny Jennings, Jessica Liddy Wallace, Johnny Long, Stevie Martin, Brenda Mays, Don McBrayer, Hamp Moore, Lewis Newsom, Albert Owens, Bobby Wallace, Buck Williams, Carl Wilmer, and Terrence Witherspoon. Is there anyone else that I've missed in that group? Let's have a hand for our Hall of Famers. We also are excited today to have back with us two of our Hall of Famers who have not been able to come back since we began the medal ceremony. And we will present them their medallions at this time. First, a 1993 inductee into our fourth class of Hall of Famers. He played basketball here from 1974 to 75. He was GSC Player of the Year. For his career, he averaged 18 points and 13 rebounds per game. His career rebound average is still the best in Gulf South Conference history 50 years later. He's had an extensive college basketball career as a head coach and assistant coach. Please welcome to the stage Mr. Coleman Crawford. Also a 1998 inductee who played basketball for the Lions in 1972 and 73. Among his numerous honors and awards, he set a school record with 23 rebounds in a game and went on to an almost 50-year career as a basketball coach, including as an assistant at Minnesota when the team went to a Final Four and won an NIT. Please welcome back Charles Cunningham. Again, we're so excited to have all of you here and appreciate you coming back. And for this year's inductees, every year after this, you're welcome back to join us for the Hall of Fame ceremony, and hope you will. Our first inductee into the UNA Athletic Hall of Fame for 2025 is Tim Garner, a UNA graduate who played quarterback for the Lions from 1985 to 1988 and went on to a decorated career in the space industry for almost 4 decades. A Gordo, Alabama native, Garner earned the starting quarterback role as a freshman at UNA in 1985 and helped lead North Alabama to a 12-2 record, a Gulf South Conference championship, and to the Division II National Championship game in McAllen, Texas. He continued to play quarterback for the Lions for the next 3 seasons and was a 3-time academic All-GSC selection. After receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in mathematics from UNA in 1998, Garner began his professional career as a systems engineer at United Space Boosters. He then continued in the space industry with positions at Hernandez Engineering, Benchmark Electronics, and United Space Boosters until 1999, when he became Space Shuttle Transition and Retirement Program Manager with the United Space Alliance, holding that position for 9 years. He then served as Vice President of Operations at DP Associates, where he provided support at both Marshall Space Flight Center and the Kennedy Space Center. He then worked in Marshall's Advanced Development Center before becoming president at Garner Technical Services in Madison, which he established in 2013. He also continued to serve in technical project management since 2014 in the Marshall Space Flight Center SLS Stages Project Office. In all, Garner worked on more than 100 space shuttle flights. In 2021, he received NASA's Exceptional Public Service Medal from the Marshall Space Flight Center for sustained exceptional service in the performance of systems engineering and integrations for the Space Launch System stages element. He had previously received the Space Launch Systems Manager's Commendation as a MSFC SLS Program Manager in 2015, which is the highest honor the Marshall Space Flight Center Space Launch Program Office can bestow. In 2013, he was awarded the Silver Snoopy Award from Marshall Space Flight Center. It's NASA's Astronaut's Personal Achievement Award for professionalism, dedication, and outstanding support that greatly enhance the spaceflight safety and mission success. Fewer than 1% in the aerospace engineering industry receive this honor. In 2011, he received his first NASA Exceptional Public Service Medal for exemplary service and leadership in support of the safe, orderly shutdown of the Space Shuttle program through the development of Transition and Retirement Project Office. Additionally, honors, he serves on the UNA President's Cabinet. He and his wife, Beth, have a son, a daughter, and 3 grandchildren, and I believe all of them are here with us today. Please welcome for induction into the UNA Athletic Hall of Fame, Tim Garner.
Me and Jeff were a lot younger back when we were on campus, so we appreciate letting the old man go first here. But what a privilege, what an honor. I'm just so blessed and proud to be to get that call from Jeff. So just a lot of special thanks and congratulations to the other Athletic Hall of Fame. I've read your bios, and you're just incredible, and what you're doing to take the UNA banner and all through life. So just want to give a special thanks to Jeff and the selection committee and President Kitts and the whole UNA athletic department. I've got to talk to some of the coaches and Josh over the years, and just really admire them taking up that mantle to taking UNA to Division I. And it was 1985, and that was a year when the GSC was super strong. And Coach Lang, I know he remembers we just a lot of great teams there, but everything has changed now, and so we just have to change with those times too. When I got the call from Jeff, I just thought about my dad. He's passed away about 3 years in November, but my dad was always, and my parents, my mom, they were always so inspiring. They provided me and my sister with all the things that we needed, and we were the first generation to come to college. So that scholarship to UNA was just something that I treasure. My dad got me in the best camps, provided me the best equipment, and I had good high school coaches that, got me ready to play. So coming and starting with Coach Grubb in 1985, was just great for me. The chance to get the scholarship and pursue a college degree, always been a goal of mine. That freshman year was a special year. We came in and we had a lot of good players, and we had a good spring, and we were ready to go. I can remember that we're all the new stadium, and I can't help but think about how great the new stadium is going to be to play in, because in 85, 86, when I was here, we liked to go to Jacksonville because they had like a horseshoe, and it felt like a real stadium. The rest of the stadiums were like Brawley and down at Valdosta. They kind of were like just super big high school stadiums. So getting just to play in like a real-time, big-time atmosphere and stadium is great. I just, thinking back on that 85 year, Coach Grubb, we went 2 weeks to start the year off in full gear, morning and afternoon, so 2-a-days. full gear, and that meant in the afternoons we were scrimmaging, we were hitting, and I was just talking to Coach Wallace a little bit, and our current coach, and man, practice is not near like what it used to be, and it was rough, and I can remember they first got the marquee sign in front of the gym, and it would be flashing. We would have stretch, and it would be flashing 99 degrees, and so you knew you were in for a long day. But we went to Mississippi College and lost that first game, and then battled back, and we ended up winning the GSC and got to, and back then, it wasn't like NIL money. It was a lot of country boys from small schools like I was from, Gordo, Alabama, and we just wanted to play ball, and we got a chance to go on a plane to McAllen, Texas, and there's a lot of people's first time to ever be on an airplane, and a little startup cable company, ESPN, covered it, but nobody back here could find anybody that was carrying it, so it was great. We played North Dakota State, and, they're just a super powerhouse, and so, but it was a great memories and great team. I ended up majoring in math and physics here. I love the new math building that we have, and after practice and film study, I would just head to the library every year, but I ended up getting a chance with that degree to go to work in the aerospace, something I never would have thought about as a little kid, and received some extra degrees from UNA that helped me get started my own company. So I just, faith and family and, keeping in shape and, working hard it's just been kind of my motto. So the perseverance and hard work were attributes I developed during my time at UNA, and it served me well. I had a lot of great mentors here, and I owe a lot to UNA, and I just want to thank you again for this special Hall of Fame honor. Thank you.
I'll try to do better on the next few. All those space honors were give me a little tongue-tied there. But our second inductee into the UNA Athletic Hall of Fame class of 2025 is former UNA softball standout Lindsey Green. A Decatur, Alabama native, Green was a 4-year starter on Lions softball teams from 2005 to 2008 and is one of just 10 student athletes in school history in any sport to be selected first-team all-conference 4 straight years in their sport. She becomes the 6th Hall of Famer from that group, joining Ronald McKinnon, Chloe Roberts, Ashley Moffitt, Yana Nanova, and Rhonda Price. She helped lead UNA to a combined 136 wins in her 4 years under Coach Jeremy Reese, including the first 40-win season in school history, UNA's first ever appearance in an NCAA softball tournament in 2006, and the Lions' first ever NCAA tournament win that year against Kentucky State. She set school records for career at-bats with 713, most hits, 266, best batting average, 373, most runs scored, 188, and most walks, 108. She also set 3 single-season records in 2006 with 66 runs scored, 52 runs batted in, and 47 bases on balls. In addition to being a first-team All-Gulf South Conference honoree 4 straight years, she was named the 2005 GSC East Division Freshman of the Year and was an All-South Region selection in 2007, earned 2 GSC Player of the Week awards with 1 in 2007 and 1 in 2008. She led the Lions in runs scored all 4 years, in hits 3 years, batting average in 2005 and 2007, and bases on balls in 2006 and 2008. She earned a degree in fitness management from UNA in 2008 with a minor in business administration. She currently works as a shipping and receiving specialist at Torrey Composite Materials in Decatur, and she and her husband, Jeremy, have 3 daughters. Please welcome for induction into the UNA Athletic Hall of Fame, Lindsey Green Gable.
Thank you. It is a privilege to be here today. First, I would like to thank the Lord for allowing me the opportunity to be here and allowing me to play softball at the college level. Without him, none of this would have been possible. I'm honored and humbled. I want to thank Jeff Hodges and the UNA Athletic Hall of Fame Committee on this great honor. When Jeff called me a few months back, I actually didn't answer because I didn't know who it was. So I thought to myself, if it was important, they would leave a message. Well, he did and sent a text to call him. I thought to myself, I know who that was, so I called him back and we chatted for a few minutes. He told me about the Hall of Fame selections, and I was surprised to say the least. I would like to thank my coach, Jeremy Reese, for giving me an opportunity to come here and play at UNA. He was a great leader. He pushed us to be the best we could be. We worked hard and had fun doing it. He taught us how to handle winning and how to bounce back after losing, which is something I try and teach the teams I coach. Always prepare for the next game. Those examples are what I try and teach the kids I coach today. His family became our family, and he always encouraged us to be better people. He led by example. While some of these accomplishments may have been an individual achievement, I wouldn't have been able to achieve the others without my teammates. It is definitely a team honor, and I couldn't have handpicked a better group of girls to play with for 4 years. We were a family and created a lot of memories together. I'm thankful to have played with some talented athletes. One of the best things about getting to come to UNA and play ball was that I got to do it with my best friend, Lindsay. She has always been the biggest fan and encourager of mine and always kept me grounded. I'm forever grateful for her. I want to thank my parents. They always taught my brother and I what hard work was all about. One of the things my mom always said was, no matter how good you think you are, you can always do better. My dad always said I didn't get my athletic ability from him, but very rarely did he miss a game. They worked hard to make sure we were able to get a college education. They have always supported us and continue to do so today. I am who I am because of them. Last but not least, I want to thank my husband, Jeremy, for always supporting me and our 3 daughters and our endless days and weekends at the ball field. And thank you to all of you, family and friends, that came out today to support me. We appreciate you all. Thank you again to the Hall of Fame Committee for allowing me to represent my team and coaches with this great award.
Our next inductee into the UNA Athletic Hall of Fame, class of 2025, is former UNA men's basketball standout Casey Holt. Holt was a 5-year member of North Alabama men's basketball teams from 2004 to 2008, who set numerous individual marks with the Lions while helping lead UNA to a South Region championship and a trip to the NCAA Division II Elite Eight as a senior. During the 2007-08 season, Holt set school records for most games played with 36, most games started, 36, and most points scored in a season, 640. The 640 points broke the school's single-season scoring mark set by UNA Hall of Famer Dabbs Ernest and had stood for 46 years. Holt helped lead the UNA Lions to a 27-9 record as a senior that included converting a three-point play in the final seconds to provide the winning margin for a 72-71 UNA win over Christian Brothers in the opening game of the South Region tournament. The Lions will go on to win the regional and make the school's 8th all-time appearance in the UNA Basketball Elite Eight, in the NCAA Basketball Elite Eight. After scoring in double figures in 32 of UNA's 36 games that season, with 11 double-doubles and 1 triple-double, Holt was a 3-time GSC Player of the Week, a first-team All-GSC selection, GSC East Division Player of the Year, a first-team All-South Region pick by both Daktronics and the ABCA, and an All-South Region tournament selection, and was named Honorable Mention All-American by Division II Bulletin. As a junior in 2005-06, he was also part of a Lion team that went 18-11 and played in the NCAA South Central Regional. He currently ranks as the 13th leading scorer in the 94-year history of the UNA men's basketball program with 1,220 points. He added 623 rebounds, 78 block shots, 237 assists, 119 steals, and made 155 three-point baskets. He's one of just 5 players in school history to score 600 points in a season, and his 123 career games played set a school record at the time, which was broken just this past season. He also was a second-team All-GSC selection and was named to the GSC Team of the Decade for 2001 to 2010. He graduated from UNA in 2008 with a Bachelor of Business Administration degree in Marketing and Management, then played professional basketball in Germany until 2010 with the Hanover Tigers. From 2011 to 21, he was a national sales representative for Time Logistics Incorporated. and since 2021, he's been a Farm Bureau insurance agent in Spring Hill, Tennessee. He and his wife, Ashley, have 2 sons and a daughter. Please welcome for induction into the UNA Athletic Hall of Fame, class of 2025, Casey Holt.
I'm so glad you're here. I got a neighbor who's a preacher, and I asked him, what tips do you have to get over nervousness giving a speech? And he said, picture everyone in the office, in the audience, naked. And he didn't know Big Thomas Fraze is here, so can't do that. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Hodges. Thank you to the committee, to the university for honoring our family with this award. We drove down yesterday, and you let me go off Family Feud style, with my family. Came here with my wife, Ashley. My beautiful and talented wife, Ashley. My smart and caring son, Maddox. My funny and witty son, Jax. And my sweet and loving daughter, Piper. We got a chance to walk around and see the university, and man, how much it's just grown over the years, how beautiful it is, and we just feel so lucky to be part of the history here. Many people to thank and are responsible for being on this stage today. Ever since I was old enough to put a basketball in my hands, I was lucky enough to have 2 older brothers, Keith and Kevin, who whipped up on me for many years, many days and nights in the backyard playing 36, 21 tip, pickup games. They gave me countless years of free training and support. There's no question I wouldn't be up here without them. Had an AAU coach in G McBee who instilled confidence in me very young age. He was a great coach of the game, and he actually played a big role in me coming to UNA. Had a great high school coach in Coach Al Murrow who brought so much energy and passion to everything we did. There's no doubt I fed off that. I learned it, I adapted it, and it carried over with me to UNA as well. Here at UNA, I had some amazing coaches in Bobby Champagne and Cord Wright. Coach Wright actually he was a GA my first 2 years here, so I actually got to watch him become a coach. And it didn't take long before we grew such a high respect for him and his knowledge of the game. He played a big part in my success here and our team success here at UNA. Coach Bobby Champagne and his wife Anna treated me like family since the moment I arrived on campus. He was responsible for me from August of 2003 to May of 2008. I could not have asked for a better coach to spend my college career with. I still remember the phone call I got from Coach. I remember where I was standing in my home. I remember his exact words. He said, "What's it going to take to get you to come to UNA?" Coach didn't know it at the time, but it was really my first true phone call from a college head coach. I was 6'5", 160 pounds. Went to Culleoka High School, graduated with 50 people, so not many people were knocking on my door. I'm so glad Coach saw something in me. For over 1,700 days, Coach Champagne checked on me, mentored me, advised me, yelled at me, praised me, celebrated with me. In our last basketball moment together, he consoled me. Still to this day, we have a great relationship, checking on each other from time to time. Coach and Anna, thank you guys so much for some of the best years of my life. Had great teammates early on here at UNA, guys like Danny Anderson, Luke Copeland, Purvis Keys, who took me under their wing, treated a freshman with so much respect, and kind of showed me what it was going to take to be a college player. I had made a great friend and teammate in Esmir Guzanovic, who him and I spent many hours in the gym working on our craft, getting shots up. Had another great friend and teammate in Phil Collins. He's the one yelling. That is his real name. He not only helped me be a better player on the court by getting in the gym with me a lot, but he actually helped me be a better person off the court. Phil and I lived together for the last several years of my career here, and it was my responsibility on the weekends and throughout the summer nights to make sure Phil did not get beat up or end up in jail. And it was Coach Wright's exact words, actually. And I'm proud to say if Phil and I went out 100 times, 95 of those times he did not get beat up or end up in jail. So, and if any of you know Phil, you know that statistic is way more impressive than anything I did on the court here. Phil's from Sydney, Australia. Spent 40 hours to get here yesterday to be here. So, thank you, buddy. Hey, you got some claps. Other teammates I'll get to in a moment, but the people I want to thank the most, who are most responsible, are my parents, Mike and Deborah Holt. You don't realize the sacrifice you make as a parent until you become one. You sacrifice so much time and energy. I played basketball my whole life. Rec league, AAU, middle school, high school, and college. I could count on one hand the time of games they missed. Sorry, y'all. They were always there. I know I could count on seeing them before every game. I know I'd see them after the locker room, outside the locker room after every game, ready to celebrate me when we won or pick my spirits up if we lost. I didn't realize how lucky I was at the time, especially here at UNA, because not many of my teammates had the luxury of having a familiar face in the crowd. Valdosta, Georgia, Orlando, Florida, Indiana, Massachusetts, it didn't matter how far or what the cost, they were there. Since I was little, they poured time into me, taking me to practices, camps, coaching me, working with me, cheering me on, and yelling at referees for me. Mom, not Dad. They're here today, like always, watching me get another award. They watch me and my brothers get awards our whole lives. It's all because of the time, money, work, love, and encouragement they poured into us for so long. Mom and Dad, thank you so much. All right, we're over that. What was supposed to be the 5th game of my senior season, running down the court on defense, we get a steal, I go to stop, my ankle rolls over. Tore every ligament in my ankle I could. And what at the time, what I thought was senior season over, career over, never playing a game at UNA again, never playing a game of organized basketball again, turned out to be the biggest blessing of my life. If I don't have that injury, I never get a medical red shirt to get my senior season back. I'm not up here today. I'm never selected as player of the year. I'm never named an All-American. I'm never go overseas to play professionally. I never get that 4 to 5 month period to step away from playing and instead watch practice, watch games, and really see things from a coach's perspective. I couldn't run or jump for a long time, so I made it a point to get in the weight room and bulk up a little bit. We lived in an old house off Meridian Street, and we have 12-foot high ceilings, and my good friends Brent Koglazer, Doug Hunter, Tyler Jones helped me put a full-size basketball goal up on my wall so I could literally sit in the floor and work on my shots. That long break also helped me grow as a player. My mental toughness and competitiveness went to another level. That one injury changed my life. If I never have that injury, I never meet Ashley. I never have the family I have today. It also gave me a chance to play with the 07-08 team. 07-08 team had a magical season, but what we did on the court was nothing compared to the bonds we made off the court. We were a true brotherhood. We won a lot of games that year. We had the best point guard in the conference in Kenny Johnson, the best shooter in Quinn Beckwith, and the best defender in Isaac Gay, the most athletic player in Thomas Morris, and the best inside-out player in Thomas Fraze, who not only single-handedly took over the South Regional Championship game to win it for us, but was also the main reason our team bonded like we did on the court, off the court as well. It wasn't just the first 5 or 6 making a difference. We had so many key role players off the bench and in practice. We won a lot of games because the team we played against in practice every day was just as good, if not better, than most teams we played throughout the season. The gold team versus purple team in practice was a battle every single day. We pushed each other to be better and held each other to the high standards on and off the court. That great team chemistry was a testament to what our coaches put together that year. So to Jeremy Brown, DJ Ricks, Joe Deegan, Trent McCants, Dusko, Doug Hunter, Andrew Chesney, Quinn Beckwith, Phil Collins, Isaac Gay, Kenny Johnson, Thomas Morris, Big Thomas Fraze, Coach G, Coach Cord Wright, and Coach Bobby Champlain, we are all in the Hall of Fame, and our Hall of Fame resume has begun. To my parents, to my brothers, to my wife Ashley, to my kids Maddox, Jackson, Piper, we, our family, our name is in the Hall of Fame. And I want to close with this. I get a lot of joy watching athletes use their post-game press conferences to give God all the glory. I had so many opportunities to do the same thing, and I never really did. I wish I would have. I thank God for putting so many people in my life that made basketball career possible. I thank God for giving me the ability to play the game I love. I thank God for great teammates, coaches, families, and friends. And I would encourage anyone who doesn't have a relationship with Him to ask Him for help, ask Him for guidance, and ask Him to be part of your life. It will change your life. Thank you all again, and Roar Lions. That's a mess.
Thank you, Casey. Our next inductee into the UNA Athletic Hall of Fame is former UNA Men's Golf All-American and National All-American Scholar Brett Munson. A native of Louisville, Kentucky, Munson played for the Lions from 2007 to 2010 and helped lead UNA to its first ever men's golf Gulf South Conference championships in 2009 and 2010. As a senior in 2010, Munson won medalist honors in 5 of the 12 tournaments that he played in and finished in the top 8 in 10 of the 12 events. He shot in the 60s in 14 of the 29 total rounds that season, finishing with a 69.2 stroke average in the fall and a 71.0 in the spring. He won the Gulf South Conference Individual Championship, was first-team All-GSC, first-team All-South Region, first-team All-American, and was the recipient of the Jack Nicklaus Award as the top golfer nationally in Division II. He played in 41 career tournaments at UNA with 10 wins, 18 top 5 finishes, and 23 top 10 finishes. He shot in the 60s in 21 of his 103 total rounds and had a 72.5 career stroke average with a career low round of 65 at the 2009 Indian Bayou Classic. His awards include 3-time All-Conference, 2-time All-Gulf South Conference Tournament, 2-time All-South Region, 2-time All-American, and a member of the GSC Team of the Decade for 2000 to 2009. He helped to not only lead the Lions to their first 2 GSC titles, but also to 2 NCAA regional championships, 3 NCAA national tournament appearances. With a 12th place finish in 2007, they tied for 2nd in the nation in 2008 and tied for 9th in the nation in 2009. A 2010 UNA graduate with a degree in business management, entrepreneurship, he earned academic All-GSC honors in 2010 and was named Golf Coaches Association of America Division II National All-American Scholar. He was also a 2-time recipient of the team's Jack Carnes Award, which goes to a UNA golfer for showing leadership, citizenship, athletic, and academic performance. Playing professionally on the Asian Development Tour, he won the PGM Panasonic Malaysia Championship in 2017 with an 8 under par, 4-round total of 270. He had previously won his breakthrough ADT title at the same course in 2014. He continues to play professionally in Asia, and I was going to say he had flown farther to get here than anyone in the history of this event. Said he took him 30 hours to get here from Bangkok, Thailand, but apparently Phil Collins topped that coming from Australia. So Phil managed to steal the spotlight there. But please welcome for induction into the UNA Athletic Hall of Fame, Brett Munson.
How you guys doing today? I want to thank you for this incredible honor. First off, I'd like to introduce my coach, Coach Campbell. Please raise your hand for us all. You don't know who he is? Coach Campbell's the one who gave me the opportunity to play here at UNA. I'm standing here more nervous than I probably was on the first day at UNA, which is saying something. My first day at UNA, I showed up as a freshman, hoping to make the golf team. When Coach Gamble calls me on the phone and says, "Son, you got a chance to play tomorrow. You got a chance to try out." He said, "You're playing an 18-hole match against a senior named Daniel Lorenzo at Florence Country Club." He said, "The winner gets the last spot on the team this year." I said, "Coach, what the hell kind of tryout is that?" I mean, you know anything can happen in one round of golf. So the next day, I skip my classes and head to the course to practice, to get ready for my match. I get to Florence Country Club, and there's no driving range. Just a small 200 square foot putting green. So I'm there mildly regretting my decision to come to UNA. I'm set to play the most important round of my life against a guy I've never met on a course I've never seen with no warm-up. What could possibly go wrong? Thankfully, Daniel didn't show up that day, and that could be the reason why I'm standing here today. Coach Gamble gave me a shot the next day, and the rest is history. But that was Coach Gamble. He loved to keep a fire under our asses, which, to be fair, is probably why we had so much success. Then my senior year, Stuart Clark took over as head coach. He created a more relaxed atmosphere and was quite different. He was reassuring demeanor and professional experience was a big factor in my 5 tournament wins my senior year, and which contributed to me winning the Jack Nicklaus Award. His approach, distinct from Coach Gamble, but just as impactful, sharpened my skills and boosted my confidence. I will always be grateful for his guidance and his belief in me. UNA Golf was like a family that pushed me, challenged me, and kept me on my toes. This Hall of Fame nod is for Coach Gamble's fire, Coach Clark's guidance, my teammates' camaraderie, and every afternoon grinding on the course. Thank you, UNA, for this memories, lessons, and unbelievable honor.
Thank you, Brett. Our next inductee into the UNA Athletic Hall of Fame is former Lion assistant football coach Willie Slater. Coach Slater received the votes to be inducted several years ago, but since he was still actively coaching, we wanted to wait until a year that we could honor him and his family in person. So a year ago at the 1994 UNA team reunion, I told Coach Slater that we'd be inducting him this year. And any of y'all that know the humble man that Coach Slater is, he said, "For what?" So, Coach, if you'll sit there just a second, we'll let you know. Coach Slater served as the offensive coordinator on the Lion football teams from 1992 to 1999, including on 3 consecutive NCAA Division II national championship teams in 1993, 1994, and 1995. Coach Slater served as the offensive coordinator. During his 8 years as offensive coordinator, the Lions went 76-21-1 with Slater calling the plays and made 5 straight NCAA playoff appearances, posted a 12-1 postseason record, and won 3 conference championships and 3 national titles. The Lions went 41-1 from 1993 to 1995, making UNA the first program in the history of college football on any level to win as many as 40 games in a 3-year period. UNA also became the first school in the history of NCAA scholarship football to win 3 consecutive national championships. During Slater's time at UNA, the program produced 8 All-Americans on the offensive side of the ball in Tyrone Rush, Jeff Serbaugh, Ken Taylor, John Thompson, Jarius Hayes, Cody Gross, Michael Williams, and A.J. Lamar. And 6 of those have already been inducted into the UNA Athletic Hall of Fame. His UNA offenses led the nation in rushing in 1993 with 371.5 yards per game, finished 5th in 94, and third in 95, and 5th in 97. During Slater's 8 seasons at UNA, the Lions led the Gulf South Conference in rushing offense 5 times, total offense twice, and in scoring offense once. As a team, the Lions were nationally ranked for 51 weeks during Slater's time at UNA, including 27 consecutive #1 national rankings. Aside from his time at UNA, Slater enjoyed a highly successful coaching career before and after his time in Florence. The Coffeyville, Alabama native is a 5-time Division II Assistant Coach of the Year, was offensive coordinator on 5 national championship teams, including 2 at Troy in 1984 and 1987. After UNA, he served as head coach at Tuskegee and Clark Atlanta, where he won a combined 126 games and 5 Black College national championships. He and his wife, Patricia, have a son and 2 daughters and 4 grandchildren. Please welcome for induction into the UNA Athletic Hall of Fame, Coach Willie Slater.
First of all, I just want to give honor to my Lord and Savior, and he's the reason for me, and I just thank God for him. But I honor the selection committee, Mr. Hodges. Mr. Hodges, he's my friend. I just say it like that. But since I've been working at UNA, he became one of my friends, and I thank him for that. But I want to give honor to Coach Wallace. Coach Wallace took a chance on me and hired me, and allowed me to be the offensive coordinator. And I guess the rest is history. But he had confidence in me. He allowed me to coach. He allowed me to do things. So that made my stay here at UNA for 7 years the best job I ever had in my life. And it was because of him. And I appreciate you, Coach Wallace. Appreciate you taking a chance on me. I want to honor my family. My wife, Patricia, she's been with me. We've been married 50 years this year. And then as Deidre, my oldest daughter, she graduated from here at UNA. And Kim, my youngest daughter, she graduated from Jacksonville State, but both of them graduated from Muscle Shoals High School. So that I have a lot of respect for the education in this area. And particularly Muscle Shoals, I think, one of the best schools around. But they graduated from there, and because Deidre she's Dr. Deidre Slater right now, and Kim has her education specialist working on her doctorate. And so it produced some good students, and I thank God for that. I thank God that they have a desire to be in education where they can have their hands on people. To me, that's what life is all about. Life is all about helping other people. And once you lose sight of that, I think you've lost it. But I thank the good Lord for the young men that I was allowed to coach while I was here at University of North Alabama. Also that staff, the coaching staff that I work with here. David Martin was the offensive line coach who all I had to do was kind of hint, I think we might want to try this. Then he would get it done. But the best I've ever coached with is David Martin. Then Rob Likens coached the receivers. Craig Hall helped me with the running backs and the tailbacks. He had some good ones too. He got to coach Tyrone Rush and Kenyatta Jones and Jermaine. I can't remember his last name. But anyway, he got to help me coach the running backs. But those guys bought in, and if I made a suggestion, it was no questions. They helped, and because of it, the players saw it, and the players bought in. And once the players bought in, it was over, because they would believe anything, just about anything you say. I said one time, I believe they would try to run through a brick wall. And the only question they would ask is, what kind of technique we gonna use to do this time, Coach? But they believed in us that much. And because of it, it united us, it made us together. And we got them ready to play every game, which is a tribute to Coach Wallace. Man, he's the best. He's the best I've ever been around at getting guys ready to play. We lost one game in 3 years. Can you imagine that? I can't even imagine it, and I've been coaching for over 40 years. But we only lost one game in 3 years, and we had an opportunity to win that one against a 1AA school who went undefeated that year. And we had an opportunity to win that game. But boy, he had a knack for getting guys ready to play. So it made my job easy. And I heard somebody say something about Brawley Stadium, and I'm not trying to be offensive or nothing, but Brawley Stadium means a lot to me. I called 4 games in Brawley Stadium and won 4 national championships. So when you start talking about Brawley Stadium, you're talking about a special place to me. And I'm gonna tell this story too. When I coached at Tuskegee for 16 years. Tuskegee was never eligible to play in the playoffs. All right, so then they decided, and the reason they wasn't eligible to play in the playoff is they played Alabama State every year on Thanksgiving Day. So that Thanksgiving Day disqualified them from playing in the playoffs. So they decided to stop playing Alabama State on Thanksgiving, which allowed us to make the playoffs. So I'm the head coach at Tuskegee when they get a chance to play in their first ever NCAA playoff game. Guess where we play? We played at Brawley Stadium, which it didn't mean a whole lot to everybody else, but boy, did it mean something to me. But so that's a special place for me. We never practiced over there, so the only time I went to Brawley Stadium was to play. And so it's still a sacred place to me. The other thing is, I was surprised that I still remember the players. I got to thinking about the players. Our centers was Ken Taylor and Eddie Evans. Our strong guards was Jeff Serbaugh and Joe Washington. Our quick guards were John Thompson and Richard Garris and Tony Johnson. And our strong tackle was Mike Williams, who started more games than anybody in the history of UNA football. And right beside him was Jerris Hayes, who made All-American as a tight end. Then our quick tackles was Scott Baisden, who's the head coach at Muscle Shoals High School, and Ashley Ingram, who's the head coach at, he's the head coach at a college. I can't think of the name of it. But those guys, and then at running backs, you had Brian Satterfield, and you had A.J. Lamar that played fullback, 2 of the best ever. Then you also had Nate George, who was on defense and moved the offense, who played fullback. And then you had Tyrone Rush, the best I've ever coached, ever been around, praise God. But also Kenyatta Jones, the fastest ever been around. And Jermaine Roberts, that's who I was trying to think of a while ago. Then you had Jermaine Roberts. Then you had Cale Manley, who, to me, was the best team player ever been in my life, the late Cale Manley. He practiced hard every week so that he'd have an opportunity to go out there and play the 3rd series of every game. And when we needed him the most, he came through. Cody had got hurt the game before the national championship game, and it was my fault that he got hurt. He used to do a little thing where he run touchdowns because he scored more touchdowns than anybody I've ever been around in my life. But he would go in that end zone and then go around that flag and then flip that ball to the referee. And we were sitting in a meeting one day. I said, "You being a hot dog, aren't you?" Boy, that made him mad. That made him really mad. So we playing this team, and he breaks out, and he knows he's going to score. He started to go to the corner, and then it was just like I could hear him thinking. He heard me talking to him, and then he just ran straight on down there. Then the guy came and hit him on his hip and bruised his hip, actually tore a muscle in his hip. And it was my fault. I'm sitting up there in the press box and said, "Oh, man, that's my fault right there. That's me." I mean, he gets hurt because of me. And then he couldn't practice that week until like on the Thursday. So that means Cale Manley had to start the national championship game in 1995. And he went out there, we drove that thing down there, and we scored. And we scored on his first drive out there as the starting quarterback. And when we scored, because we were coaching with the Purple Swarm, Ronald McKinnon and company. So as soon as we scored, I just said, it's over. I knew it was over. And we ended up winning that last national championship. But Kel Manley did his job, and because he got ready to play every week. And, you know, it's just those kind of guys we had on our team. And I get emotional thinking about it. But God's been good to me, and he's been good to me all these years. And I thank him for the years that I was here at UNA.
Thank you, Coach Slater. Our final inductee into the UNA Athletic Hall of Fame class of 2025 is former UNA football All-American Tavares Wilson. A native of Jackson, Mississippi, Wilson was a two-time All-American linebacker for the Lions in 2012 and 2013 and was selected as the Division II National Defensive Player of the Year as a senior. As a senior, he helped lead UNA to a 10-3 record that included a share of the Gulf South Conference Championship, and the Lions advanced to the quarterfinals of the Division II playoffs. He earned first-team All-American honors from Daktronics, Football Gazette, D2Football.com, the Associated Press, the American Football Coaches Association, and Beyond Sports Network. He was also selected National Defensive Player of the Year after making 123 tackles with 4 sacks, 3 fumble recoveries, and a block kick to go with 4 interceptions, 2 of which he returned for touchdowns. As a junior in 2012, he made 112 tackles to rank 7th nationally and was selected All-GSC and All-American. He had 6 games with 10 or more tackles, including a season-high 18 against West Georgia. When he added his 123 tackles as a senior, he became just the 4th UNA defender in school history to have more than 100 tackles in 2 or more seasons, joining UNA Hall of Famers James Davis, Ronald McKinnon, and Keith Humphrey. In 2013, he was the GSC Defensive Player of the Year, All-GSC, All-Region 2, Region 2 Defensive Player of the Year by both Football Gazette and Daktronics, a 3-time GSC Player of the Week, and a unanimous All-American selection. He earned a Bachelor of Science degree in Business Management and Marketing from UNA and is currently Associate Director and Vice President for Operations at Tower Loan, in charge of Louisiana, Mississippi, and expanding into Florida. Following his time at UNA, he signed a free agent contract with the Los Angeles Rams of the National Football League. He and his wife, Brittany, also a UNA graduate, have 2 sons. Please welcome for induction into the UNA Athletic Hall of Fame, Tavares Wilson.
Wow. As I look through the crowd and see the overwhelming support, it's only 4 words that I can think of, and that's, Lord, I thank you. Being inducted into the UNA Athletic Hall of Fame is one of my greatest honors. I'm overwhelmed with gratitude, and I want to take a moment to thank every single person who helped me make this dream a reality. When I first put on pads, I wasn't thinking about legacies or a Hall of Fame. I was just a kid chasing the ball in a dream, learning what it meant to be a part of something bigger than myself. Football didn't shape me as an athlete, it also shaped me as a man. It taught me discipline, humility, resilience, and how to keep pushing forward when the odds weren't in my favor. To the University of North Alabama, thank you. Thank you for giving me more than just a place to play. You gave me a home. You gave me a foundation that changed my life. UNA just didn't believe in the player, it believed in the person. And for that, I will be forever thankful. To my coaches at UNA and throughout my journey, thank you. Thank you for seeing something in me long before I saw it in myself. You pushed me beyond my limits, you held me accountable, and you challenged me to be great. You didn't just teach me how to win games, you taught me how to win in life. The standards you set made me a better teammate and ultimately a better man. To my teammates, thank you. This honor is as much yours as it is mine. We worked, we bled, we laughed, we believed. From early morning workouts to late nights under the lights. Those moments built a bond that can't be broken. When asked, I tell everyone, the toughest opponents I ever faced were always at practice. To the UNA faithful, thank you. Thank you for filling the stands, rain or shine. You lifted us when we were down, and you celebrated every high like it was your own. You made Florence feel like home, and you made every moment matter. To my wonderful family, thank you. Your sacrifices made all of this possible. The long drives, the early mornings, the quiet prayers, your unwavering belief in me, I felt it all. I carried it with me every time I stepped onto that field. To my beautiful wife, thank you. You were there through it all, the victories, the injuries, the doubts, the triumphs. Your love, your strength, your patience have been my anchor. You believed in me even when I didn't believe in myself. This moment belongs to you just as much as it belongs to me. To my wonderful sons, I stand here not just as your father, but as a living example of what hard work and belief can create. Sons, you are enough. And I promise to always remind you that you can do anything you put your mind to. And finally, to the game of football, thank you. Thank you for the joy, the heartbreak, the lessons, and the lifelong friendships. You gave a kid with a dream a chance to grow, to lead, and to become something more. Being inducted into the UNA Hall of Fame isn't just about the stats. It's not about the highlights. It's about the people, the moments, the memories that shape the journey. I accept this honor with humility, gratitude, and a heart full of pride. Not just for what we accomplished, but for how we did it. Thank you, God bless, and forever, Roar Lions.
Thanks again for everyone that's here in attendance today. Again, a special thank you to all our current Hall of Fame members who came back for this event. And as I mentioned, all of our this year's honorees, hope you were able to come back in future years. The homecoming parade is not till 11:30, so we have a little bit of time if y'all want to hang around, take some photos. The plaques we gave you earlier and then took away, those are yours to take with you. Also the display boards outside or for you guys as well. Before we let everyone go, I'd ask our honorees for 2025 to please stand. Can we have one final hand for our UNA Athletic Hall of Fame class of 2025? Thank you and have a good afternoon.